Social TV is the topic of discussion right now as we discuss the great content shift and what is leading up to the 2012 NAB show. Hello again, everyone. I'm Pyburn of the Pulse Network. We're talking about social TV with Jed Williams of BIA, Kelsey. And Jed, the one thing you had mentioned last time you and I had talked, you talked about viral video, and that's one thing I think is very interesting in this entire social play right now and everything that's taking place locally as well. Kind of define, what viral videos have really done to the industry right now at this point in time, especially concerning social TV.
Yeah, I think that's right. When we talk about viral video, I would just add in the word viral video to me really is the same thing or has the same effect as social video in the sense that the purpose is to get the video shared, to get it recommended, to get it moved about to different places and different audiences at sort of an exponential order of magnitude as compared to where it may reside originally or in the past. And so, I think you can look at that, Tyler, from a couple of perspectives. You can look at it from a broadcaster or content producer sort of media perspective, and then you can also look at it from a brand perspective or advertiser perspective. And from the standpoint of media, from broadcast, I think it's that whole notion of how do you rethink content so that there's more socializing occurring around it. So people are more encouraged to comment on it, to like it, to share it, to create that viral feedback loop. And so it's not only the technology around enabling that, but it's really the philosophy behind the whole creation and marketing of the content itself. And for brands and advertisers, it's really the same thing. They're reaching an audience. It's a different kind of audience. They're creating a different kind of video content necessarily, but the goal is still the same. How do you create these viral effects, this viral loop where this content really takes on a life and an audience and a conversation, of its own, well beyond what the brand or the broadcaster was maybe originally trying to create or perpetuate?
Let's focus on the brand a little bit more because I think that's one of the interesting parts of it all, because when a brand's concerned, they're obviously, the old model was just awareness. That's what they were originally set out to do. Now it's more acquisition. It's more the lead gen coming out of this. So not necessarily just the fact that they're getting in front of more eyes and they're getting more conversation, more engagement, but they're getting in front of the right eyes as well.
Yeah, they are, and they're getting in front of engaged eyes, as funny as that may sound. That's really the word du jour, right? That's the one that everyone's hanging on is engagement. You're trying to develop rich engagement around your content that leads to, again, all these social mechanics or social actions taking root, which ultimately leads into that lead generation funnel, Tyler, that you were talking about, and ultimately some form of conversion and then some form of commerce or transaction, ultimately at the cash register, whether in person or the online shopping cart or whatever. And so, when you use the word engagement, it sounds so robust, it sounds so compelling, but then really the brand, the advertiser, even the media company, from their sort of point of the ecosystem here, you have to define what is that engagement that I'm trying to get this desired audience segment to do. Do I want them to just watch the video as brand recall? Do I want them to share it? Do I want them to sign up for something? Do I want them to look for a particular deal, walk in store? There are any number of potential goals or objectives out there. So it's really about striving for engagement, really driving and identifying what that engagement is, what the metrics are going to be to measure success around that, and then create that social content that can ultimately drive and result in that engagement.
There you have it. Strive for engagement and have an objective. That is Jed Williams of BIA, Kelsey. I'm Pyburn of the Pulse Network. Another great conversation leading up to the 2012 NAB show.